When the owner of a computer repair shop in Delaware said that Hunter Biden had dropped off several laptops for service and never picked them up, there was a symphony of lamestream media that didn't believe him. They screamed, "Russia's disinformation." Take a look.
The right wing is going crazy with all sorts of allegations about Biden and his family, too disgusting to even repeat here.
Hunter Biden's laptop, that whole thing has been fizzling. It looks like it's tied to Vladimir Putin in Moscow.
When you look at this computer store owner in Delaware who allegedly received Hunter Biden's laptop, that is more in line with when you think about somebody who's a useful idiot. That's kind of the entry point that is kind of, again, a classic indicator of the potential presence of disinformation.
Wow. Pot calling the kettle black there. Useful idiot, huh? That was former FBI agent and deep swamper Peter Strzok calling the repair shop owner a useful idiot for Putin. Well, I wonder what Peter would say today, because after a year of lies and cover-ups, the New York Times has admitted the laptop story and all the incredible emails and photos on it were all from Hunter's laptop. In a statement, the Times said, quote, "Those emails were obtained by the New York Times from a cache of files that appears to have come from a laptop abandoned by Mr. Biden in a Delaware repair shop." Well, Mr. Strzok, what say you now, useful idiot? Who's the idiot now? And what about all the other liberal hyenas of the press? Joining me now is that owner of that computer repair shop, John Paul Mac Isaac. Welcome, John Paul Mac. How are you, my friend? You've been vindicated, sir, but you've been vindicated 17 months later. What say you?
Yeah. Well, better late than never. You know, it is refreshing. I just hope that people have an opportunity to look back at what happened 17 months ago and question their social media, question mainstream media, and question the reasons why they all colluded to suppress this story. And hopefully they'll have second thoughts about the trust that they put into these systems.
You know, and I find it interesting. You said that the New York Times actually interviewed you in October of 2020, yet they decided not to run the story. Why? Have you heard from them?
No, of course, I haven't heard from anybody from that side of the spectrum. I remember it really clearly because October 14th is when the New York Post released a story, and I ended up getting overwhelmed with media and the press, and I've never gone through anything like this in my life. So I felt like I got pretty thrashed pretty hard by the media. So I felt a little bit more confident the next day. And when I was coming back from my lunch break, I noticed that there were the New York Post, New York Times, the Washington Post, and CNN were all waiting out in front of my shop. So I told them everything. And in the back of my head, I knew that they were never going to publish a word of what I said. They demonstrated the day before that they had absolutely no interest in touching the story with a 10-foot pole. I don't even know why they were there, but they were there, and I told them everything. So they had the opportunity to.
So just refresh my audience's memory. So tell us how Hunter dropped it. Were you there? How did you know it was his laptop? Did you open it? Did you see it? And what did you do?
So about 10 minutes before closing on April 12th, a gentleman walked in the shop. Now, I'm legally blind. I have operational vision of about 4 to 8 inches. I can see mostly clear to move around in about 4 to 8 feet. So this customer came in with 3 notebooks, and one of them was a complete write-off. I couldn't do anything about it. It was just too liquid damaged. The second one, I was able to give the customer a keyboard, and so he could facilitate. It was just keyboard damage, so he could facilitate his own recovery. The third one, I did have to check in because it was too far gone, but I could save the data. When I was checking in the customer, that's when he informed me on who he was. I was collecting his contact information, and he kind of seemed surprised that I did not know instantly who he was, which I thought was kind of had a bit of an ego to it. So I checked it in, and he hired me to recover the data off the drives. And in the recovery process, you have to verify the data. I'm not going to tell a customer, yeah, everything's recovered without making sure that I actually did my job right. That's the period of time that I witnessed a lot of homemade porn and also a lot of documents that threw up some red flags as far as financial dealings and foreign dealings. So I waited until the customer, I made several attempts. The customer actually came back in. A lot of people don't get this part. I called him, let him know it was ready to transfer the data back to an external hard drive. So he came back in the following day with a bag from Best Buy with a rugged 1 terabyte external hard drive and a receipt. So if he ever questions the authenticity of his visit, I'm sure there's a credit card statement out there from Best Buy that shows that he purchased a drive on the 13th of April, 2019. And so I transferred the data. He paid for it. Go on.
Yeah, so now I ran out of time, but we're going to bring you back because I think you are going to be the man of the hour for the next couple of days, at least as we find out. But look, New York Times buried this for 17 months. They finally admitted that you were right and you did have actual laptops from Hunter Biden. John Paul Mac Isaac, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me on the show.